good evening, and Els, thank you ever so much for taking the time prior to the show to chat to us here at Metal Planet Music.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Welcome to the glammest backstage area ever. Literally, I mean, this is as backstage as you get. The stage is there.
Yeah,
so it's legit backstage.
Just right behind the camera.
Yeah.
So here we are, the land of song.
Yep.
A couple of days after St David's Day, so it's really all quite appropriate for what I call you the Stevie Nicks of blues.
Oh, thank you. I feel like this is probably quite a Stevie outfit, actually.
Very much so. Yeah. I'm not sort of fashion.
I'm not actually wearing this for the gig though. But this was just for the VIP concert. I've now got two outfits a gig. So, you know, to add to my ridiculously glamorous dressing room.
So, yeah, I mean, the first day of the tour, first VIP you've done, how did that go?
It was a bit nervy at first. We were sort of running a bit late because the first day of the tour, I'm taking a sound engineer for the first time for the whole tour. I've got in-ears for the first time, so it all feels a lot first considering I've toured a lot in my life. So I feel quite nervous and unprepared.
Nonsense.
But it should be fine.
Oh, it'll be absolutely fine. I mean, the songs you played were absolutely stunning as always. A couple of new ones there today. My demons are my best friends. Was one of the lines in the first.
Yeah.
That just really struck me, and I'm thinking, do you know, a lot of artists I presume that was talking about mental health.
Oh, completely. Well, it's these walls that never end. My demons are my friends. I fight, I defend, just to surrender. It was all written about first lockdown and, you know, just being in our houses and, you know, who am I without the show and all the splendour? It was just me trying to figure out, like, who I was without all of it.
Yeah. And you came out of lockdown a mum.
Yeah.
And our paths first crossed at Love Rocks back in, what was that, 2021?
Yeah, June 21.
Yeah, a certain young man was a wee little bundle.
Wee little bundle. He was 10 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
10 weeks.
Must have been, and just that memory then of that show, totally spellbinding to today. You released your latest single.
Yeah, it's been such a whirlwind couple of years, and I'm a very organised person, and then trying to do this with a child as well and still be my own record label and, you know, do everything. I must admit that I'm starting to
find how many balls one can juggle, so to speak.
Yeah, my goodness, a lot of juggling balls, and also whilst trying to really enjoy having a toddler, which is so much fun.
Yeah, because I mean, you've got to get that balance of motherhood, parenthood, and being Els, the musician. Yeah. That must be quite a challenge.
Yeah, it definitely is a challenge, but I know that for me, I have to do both. Like, I'm not the type of person that would have been able to have just taken a whole, you know, I need the music as, you know, it's just something, it's so much a part of me that, you know, so I want to try and do it all, and, you know, I think that's important.
Tell us a bit about the single Spinning Stopped. I mean, for me it's a beautiful 60s soul. There's a glorious touch of Etta James in the beginning, a bit of Aretha, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. It filmed down in Devon. Was it the Middle
Farm Studios? Yeah, by Chris Barris. So, we went there to record songs for this deluxe album, and that was just. I remember writing that song. So I mentioned it in the VIP session that I did a songwriting camp with Chris Difford in Pennard House in Glastonbury, and I met so many people there, but I didn't get to write with all of them. And I got a message from a chap called Ed Blunt, who we'd really gotten well, but we hadn't written together. He said, "I'd love to write with you," and we set up a Zoom songwrite, which is much harder to write songs over Zoom. We had to do it, but it is hard. And we started writing this song, and we battled and we battled and we battled, and then Ed was like, "Do you know what? I think we should write another one." And I'm not a person that leaves a man down, but I relented and said, "Okay, fine, I've got this verse: tiny toes and skin like dew, eyes as deep as the ocean blue, lungs so loud that stopped the clock, born of a world when the spinning stopped." He was like, "Cool, that's where we're going to start," and within 20 minutes we had a song.
Jasper.
And it was just all about that, and it's all about having, you know, obviously the life-changing experience of having a child, but then also throwing that into, you know, a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah. And this, I just love watching the live video in the live performance from that studio session. And the first song, Set Hole in My Pocket, and it sort of chugs along, then boom, takes off. It's like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, nor did we. We first did that in, so we played Rockstock in Elles Bailey, and we had to get there really early for soundcheck, and then we had a whole day left to like entertain ourselves. So we did pre-production for this recording session. We're literally in a caravan with Joe on an electric guitar going through this tiny little PD app, and then it's like,
because it really just really accelerates.
We weren't a garage band, we were a caravan band.
I mean, it has that proper 70s feel when bands were going in and just 1, 2 take, boom, and that's the album.
That's exactly what it was.
And do you know what? That for me, that's the essence of rock and roll, southern rock, whatever genre you want to call it.
Kicks the reverb box, and Chris actually got that on camera, and it's like, yes!
Cracking.
So good.
That's wonderful, and that's what it's about. So you've got those 2 singles as the precursor to the new deluxe version of Shining in the Light, coming out 2 weeks' time, I think.
17th of March, my birthday.
Yeah.
It was meant to come out next on the 10th, but just didn't get the CDs in time. So I've got it.
Yeah. So what else can we expect? Obviously we've got some reworked tracks. Any little bonuses?
Yeah, so there's 2 covers. The next single, which drops on the 9th of March, is a cover of John Martin's Over the Hill, which is really fun. It is a, you know, foot tapping, full pedal to the floor type of. It makes you want to drive fast. And I remember sort of practicing it whilst driving to Elles Bailey for Winter's End.
Yeah.
And I was driving the van, and I was getting faster and faster and faster and faster. I was like, this is a song that makes you want to drive faster.
Yeah.
So that was, that's probably my favourite. But then we have Long As I See the Light, which is a Creedence cover.
All-time favourite.
That's one of mine as well. Yeah. I grew up listening to Creedence, so to do one of their covers, and I think for me, like, this is the right Creedence cover to do. As much as I'd love to do like Bad Moon Rising or something, like, it's that really intimate moment. I think.
Do the Creedence that go back to the earliest memories you've got of music?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, my dad's record collection. Creedence has just been with me my whole life. I don't remember not having Creedence. You know.
For a band, you know, you think, God, they're in existence 4 or 5 years recording. What a phenomenal output!
Yeah, I know. But it's similar to like the Beatles. I mean, the Beatles is like next level, isn't it? They didn't record that long, and it's like this body of work that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely, and that's what music is all about. And you know, we go full circle. We're here, opening night of the tour. Where else are you heading to?
Oh, so tomorrow we are in Exeter. We're going to go to Liverpool, Hull, Sunderland, Wolverhampton, York, Edinburgh, Leeds, Brighton, Cambridge, Southampton, London, Newbury, Bristol.
Hometown.
Yeah. Sheffield and Nottingham. It's Nottingham, Sheffield. And then in between that, we have a 10-day tour of Germany as well, and 4 or 5 days in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and obviously you've got the summer festival season coming up.
Yeah.
There's one with Bonnie Raitt,
yes.
a relatively unknown blues musician apparently.
Oh man, Daily Fail.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, that is going to be the most incredible gig ever. We've taken the whole weekend off so I can just do my show and then go to the festival.
That's Black Deer, isn't it?
It is Black Deer, yeah. So 16th, 17th and 18th of June.
Okay.
Lucinda Williams playing as well.
Phenomenal. Els, thank you ever so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Best of luck for the tour.
Thank
you.
We'll catch you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.